As everybody knows by this point, on Monday, Donald Trump held a press conference where he said that he feels, and that's important, he didn't say there's totally evidence, he said he feels like Tylenol, of course, is, causing all these cases of autism. Acetaminophen, which he struggled repeatedly to pronounce, so he just started calling it Tylenol, opening himself up for a massive defamation lawsuit. And of course, during this little press conference, he was flanked on either side. On one side, he had old brainworm Kennedy. On the other, he had reality TV Dr. Oz. Definitely nobody on that stage, anybody that anyone should be taking medical advice from. And Trump famously ended the press conference by saying, "Don't take Tylenol!" which is probably going to be Exhibit A in the defamation lawsuit that hopefully gets filed against him very quickly. But here's the thing. Here's the funny part. 3 hours, just 3 short hours, after Donald Trump and Kennedy and Oz made this grand announcement to the world, showing everybody how stupid we are, Donald Trump's own FDA was forced to release guidelines to doctors, scientists, and basically just anybody willing to read it, saying there's not actually a link between Tylenol and autism. So Trump was immediately, 3 hours after this announcement, undermined by his own Food and Drug Administration. And I have to imagine that the folks at the FDA who put this together, who put their names on it, and who sent it out, they will probably not be employed at the FDA by the end of the week, but at least we know for a brief moment we had people in this administration with a little bit of courage. We had people in this administration with a little bit of sense, a little bit of knowledge, and a little bit of understanding of science, which clearly Kennedy, Oz, and Trump do not have. So again, unfortunately, I imagine those people probably have already been quietly fired. But here is what they put. They said, "It is important to note that while an association between acetaminophen and neurological conditions has been described in many studies, a causal relationship has not been established, and there are contrary studies in the scientific literature." Let me break that down into layman's terms for you. There's contrary evidence in these studies. That means other studies have proven that there is no link at all. And the causal relationship, for those, who may not, get that part either, let me put it to you this way. Say you eat a hot dog. You eat a hot dog, you get in your car, and you start driving, and you get in a wreck. A causal relationship would be you ate a hot dog, and you got in a wreck. The hot dog did not cause your wreck, but it is part of the chain of events, okay? That's causation. Or excuse me, that's correlation, not causation. Causation is you get in a wreck because you're trying to eat a hot dog and you drop it and you're looking for the hot dog and then you crash because you weren't looking at the road. I got in a wreck because of the hot dog. No study shows that with Tylenol and autism, or even, as the FDA says, neurological conditions of any kind. Do women who take acetaminophen during pregnancy sometimes give birth to children who are later diagnosed with autism? Yeah. So do women who do not take acetaminophen. It's correlation, not causation. And that is what people have to understand. And that is what this administration, particularly Kennedy, is notorious for. Kennedy's the guy who thinks if you eat a hot dog, then get in your car and have an accident, the hot dog caused it. He is not a doctor. He did not go to medical school. He has no medical training. When he says, "I do my own research," what he means is he read crap on the internet that weirdos posted. That has been, of course, debunked. He just doesn't read the debunking. But we're being led by the stupidest people in the country, and lives are now at stake because of it. It doesn't matter that the FDA put out this information directly contradicting Trump and Kennedy and Oz, because most people aren't going to see that. Most people did see the press conference. And if they didn't watch it live, I'm sure they've seen any number of the viral clips that went around after it came out. They've read the articles, or at least the headline saying Tylenol linked to autism in new White House announcement, but they don't read the article where most of the articles say this actually has never been proven and studies actually suggest the opposite. So millions of people believe it right off the top. And that's going to be the way they go about thinking for the rest of their lives. The damage is done already. And at that point, there's no going back. Thanks for watching, everyone. You know, we're inching closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, and we're aiming to hit that goal before the year closes. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for joining us as we head towards this huge milestone.